everyone, welcome back. Today we are going to talk about a topic that I said previously in one of my videos that I was going to talk about, and that is birth control and how it affects your skin. So if you want to know more about that, make sure to keep watching. Okay, so I am going to tell you guys about my own personal experience with birth control and my skin. I have been on birth control from the time I was 13 until now. But I was getting on and off of it from time to time just because I kept reading articles, which I recommend that you do not do, because a lot of these articles out here about birth control are they are false, and a lot of the people that write them, they don't even know what the hell they're talking about. So honey, skip that. So I got off of it a couple times. I would say around like 2 or 3 times I got off of my birth control. I got on and off my birth control around 2 to 3 times. And those other times I didn't have any issues with any breakouts in the skin. Initially, the reason why my mother put me on birth control was simply because when I was around 13, I started to get a lot of pimples. I wouldn't say acne, because it wasn't that bad, but being a teenager, I was like, oh my god, my world is ending. I have a lot of pimples, and she put me on birth control. So that birth control did miracles for me, and yes, it was the pill. I was on, throughout all these years of being on and off birth control, I've tried probably 7 to 8 different birth control pills. If some of you may not know, birth control is customized to you. There's like thousands of birth controls out there that you can try, and just because you get on one, it doesn't mean that another one is not going to work for you or it's going to work for you. So if you're thinking about getting on birth control for whatever reason, I would recommend to talk with your doctor to see what your hormone levels are, because that can help you out a lot and save you a lot of time and a lot of energy. So like I was saying, I tried out so many different birth controls. I got the shot, I was on the pill, I was on the pill that had mostly the female hormone, I was on the one that was mostly the male hormone, the combination pill, I was on the pill that stopped your period for months at a time, and you got 1 period or like 2 periods a year. The only one I haven't tried is an IUD, but as far as pills and shot wise, I've tried them all. Not all, but feels like I've tried them all. So with that being said, I was on the birth control, and my skin has always been known to be so glowy and so beautiful. People comment on my skin all the time. It's always so glowy, and little do they know, it's from the birth control. Now recently, it's a whole different story, honey. Sit back, strap up, because it's about to be a ride. But anyway, I got off of birth control around the winter time. I would say in like November or December, and I was off of it for about 4 months. I got off of it because I am nearing my mid-20s and I want to have kids sometime, not soon, but before I'm 30. So I was scared that if I stayed on my birth control longer, that I was going to mess up my chances of having a kid, which is not true. But I just have a fear of that. So I got off of the birth control and kind of wanted to just cleanse my body of the hormones, which doctors would recommend from time to time, especially if you're someone that has been on birth control for a while. So I did that, and everything was peachy keen, like didn't feel any different. And all of a sudden I started to break out like crazy. Like this side of my face, I still have some dark spots, but this side of my face, from up here all the way down, every single day I would wake up and I would have a new pimple on this side of my face. Now, this mark here was from a pimple that lasted me probably 2 weeks. Nothing was working. And then all of a sudden, they started to come out over here. It wasn't as bad as this side of my face, but it started to come out over here. Didn't really get any on my chin. I was getting a lot on my forehead too, closer to my hairline. But the right side of my face was the hot spot for some reason. I changed my pillowcases. I got satin pillowcases. I was washing my sheets way more than I usually do. I changed detergents. I changed my face wash like 3-4 times. Nothing was working. So I talked to my mom, and she was like, I think you're going through a hormonal change, like your body is just going haywire. And I started reading up on it, and it's true. A lot of people who get off of birth control, all of a sudden their skin just goes haywire, and they start to break out in pimples and acne, and some get cystic acne. It was just out of control. So at one point I just would cry because I felt like I looked so ugly. Every day that I would wake up, I would have a new giant pimple on my face, and I'm just like, I don't understand why. I just did a scrub last night. I cleansed my face before I went to sleep, and it just wasn't working. So everything that was happening to my face was just internal. It was nothing on the surface of my skin that was causing these breakouts, or it wasn't anything that I was eating. It was just internally, my hormones were just pew, 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 pew. So once I figured out that it was my hormones, I started to look in herbal remedies, because I am someone who is very into herbal remedies. Anything natural, I'm totally for it. I'm going to link in the description box my herbal company, so if any of you watching this are interested in buying some organic herbs, you can go to my website and purchase there. But I'll make a whole separate video about that because, honey, it's about to be popping. I want to show you guys the birth control that I was on for a long time. This birth control is like heaven for me. I don't have any reactions to it. It makes my skin so clear, so glowy. Everyone notices the glow. It's not just you noticing it, but everybody else notices it as well. Now, this is the Tri-Lo-Sprintec tablets, the 28 pack. You take it once a day, just like every other pill. And it looks like the original little pack that we always see in commercials and when you're learning about birth control, when you're a teenager, things like that. So this little pack, I got back on it, and when I tell you, overnight my skin cleared up. I was like, this is it. This is it. It was truly my hormones that were acting crazy, because I took one see how tiny these little pills are? I took one. This is the combination hormone pill, so it has the female and the male hormone. Took one of these tiny little pills. When I woke up the next morning, I did not have another pimple, and that was a first for me in like 3 months that I didn't wake up with a new pimple on my face. This side of my face started to clear up, and that was just after one pill. Now fast forward to my second pack now, being back on the birth control, and let's take a look at my face. I do have some blemishes, but that's for everyone. It's whatever. Over here, I literally can rub down and I have no pimples here. I'm trying to get rid of all of these scars currently from when it caused me to break out crazy. My forehead, I don't have any pimples here. It's gone. Gone. Finito. I'm gonna show you guys the little packet that comes with the prescription. It looks like this, and when you look inside, it's gonna give you some information about the actual birth control. But I really just wanted to make this video for teenagers out there, or any women out there that are currently struggling with their skin. If they just recently got off of their birth control and they're going crazy right now, just know it is the hormones that are acting up. If you don't mind getting back on the birth control, I would highly recommend that. And yeah, I just wanted to share my personal journey when it comes to skin and what birth control actually does for your skin. When I tell you I was struggling for months, a new pimple every day, it was happening every day. And as soon as I got back on it, my skin is totally back to normal and barely get any blemishes. Like, that should just tell you right there. If you are someone who are struggling currently with acne or pimples, or you just want your face to clear up, I would recommend trying out some birth controls, honey, because I don't know. The only time I'm ever gonna get off of this stuff is when I'm ready to have a baby, because clearly it is the remedy for clear skin. So again, I will link all of the information about my herbal supplement business down below. So if you want to take a look at my website or place an order, go right ahead. All of the supplements are hand packed by me. All of the herbs are ground down in-house by me. Everything is done by me, so it's 100% organic, unlike a lot of companies out there that you can buy supplements anywhere. You can buy supplements on Amazon, but they are not organic, and they're gypping you out of your money because it's not doing anything to you. The more organic that you buy herbs, or the more organic that you internalize herbs, the better they are for you. So I just want to let y'all know that. And also, I'm gonna link down below the actual name of the birth control that I do take. So if you are someone that's looking to just get on birth control strictly for the benefit of your skin, I would recommend this birth control. It is, if you look it up, it is usually recommended for people who have bad skin and acne. So take a look at that, and like always, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Most importantly, subscribe. And also make sure you put on or turn on that little bell notification down below so you are notified when I post a new video. And like always, thank you for watching.